trivia that we have, well, now for the maps. So again, we have said that Split is the most banned map right now for Mineski VxV with a ban rate, I believe, of 91%. But today, we will be having it for 3 games straight, Swarley. So that's something to point out as well.
3 straight matches. And I remember if you mentioned in the first game that Sage is actually also pretty good on this map. And we're seeing double Sages come in right now. I'm happy because I love Sage.
Everyone can correct me on the chat. I think this is Joshua Sedge. Ditches is going to be on the top of ramp. He does have a Spectre in hand, and then let's just handle this one.
I like his cheeky angle. We'll take out M's Master God, but Z Bakemono will get that trade if I'm correct, right? Z Monster, that's his name. Z Bakemono. Let's go. I like the name. Fellow weeb, definitely there.
You know, we actually got a translation of that because, you know, kudos to Trix who knows how to read. Wait,
what is that?
Kanji?
Romaji, Hiragana, Kanji. No, that's not Romaji. So it's either Hiragana or Kanji. That's
I have no idea, man. I only guess.
You only guess.
You know who's not guessing? It's Crazy Kid with that spray down.
Guess. Whoa, Z! One by Asarai himself. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna.
I should try simping more. I think I'll get somewhere if I simp like you, my friend.
Yeah, you just gotta simp the correct way.
That's
I feel
true.
like people
that's
simp
true. You don't just
the wrong
simp
way. That's why
anyone.
Exactly. And the way you simp. It's also important. But you know what? Let's go a little bit back to the game because I feel like our chat's not gonna be interested in our simping strats here, guys. It's all about the strats of these teams and how they make something happen. Now, Toby was able to get a little bit of that information, and as the utilities come flying out, he does know that it is going to be a true take onto the A site with the bomb, or rather spike being planted down as of the moment. Immediately you can see that they corral themselves around this corner, and they will use that wall to plug up the screen side, which will force the members of ThirdChapter to come in to the other side here. But you got to be careful because through the smoke is going to be a lurker.
Slow Orb did telegraph Sage's position there. Slow Stopper has been popped. It's gonna get the backside. Toby gonna get another. Sage will be flanked by Jet as they take a very, very convincing retake to draw things for this game. 2-2.
So
the overheal doesn't, like the 50 HP over 100 doesn't get any like damage reduction, right?
No.
But hold that thought, they almost lined up right into the ropes area, but the trade is true.
30 seconds left.
It's just a 4-on-4 now. Over behind them, sneaky beaky play. Not gonna work out too well. As they get the favorable up, no. Whoa, the Blade Storm from out of nowhere just takes them out by surprise.
But you can't really explode as a stage player because if you try to make like a flashy play on Split as a agent that doesn't have a lot of ability, you are gonna get so blown up. That's why you're seeing Toby and I believe the Rays get more kills than not. But for this part, watch this, is able to get the entries that they need to. Still haven't pushed into the B site because they don't have to. And they have plenty of time, 50 seconds on the clock, so they can try to go for a fake that we saw a lot happen when it was NXP Aether and Kadaliman going in about this. Nice little one-way smoke, forcing Faded to kind of guess where Sang was going to be coming, but Sang is on point with the shots as well.
Definitely. And yeah, Sage is like an agent that you don't really want to be making entry, right? You want to be supporting your team, you want to be like covering weak sides with your slow orbs, with your walls. And if you peek, if you're the first one peeking, you're gonna be wasting your heal, right? Because you don't want to use it for yourself as well.
You should run.
Oh, the peek just a bit low onto that crosshair for Z. The trades are true. Ooh. Fright takes out that one, a massacre. Oh, econ round, right? I mean, sure, they have some rifles, but you want to keep as much of your economy as possible with superior firepower.
It's gonna be pushing in here, Swarthy. Yeah.
Oh, Ditches will take out Sang here. They're just gonna push forward through the smoke. Gonna spot out the breach, the plant. The spike did drop, but the trade was there from Maxter God. We're still holding on. Do they have the time?
No, they do not.
They don't. Yeah, they definitely don't. Oh wait, they got the plant off. But it was way too late. Still, at least.
Look at Mineski, knowing that his opponents should be pushing any second now, throws out a preemptive slow orb on the top of heaven. But they do have some firepower to work with here, but they don't have enough time, and I think they should just try to save something up. Because Crazy Kid is going to be there to deny them, they're just going to waste a lot of their weaponry here, leaving it on to... or sorry, not next week, but sa First Strike naman. Do that talaga legit. We're going to be streaming on the Mineski events pages on Facebook, I believe. So that's where we're going to be doing all of the matches for First Strike. Now, backing into the game here, look at Toby's position. He can actually push up and catch off his counterpart. He's onto the corner. He can deal so much damage here, and he does. And naiwasan, he was able to sneak through perfect positioning. Still, though, because there is that Sage, a revive is in the question, and he can at least use that to make it back into the 4-for-4.
Still over by Haven.
30 seconds left.
Just a push in onto the site now. Z-Monster into the corner. Not going to be able to find out against Mineski. This is why I called him as my guy to watch out for third chapter. You know, I have seen kind of watch this kind of force issues here in the corners, right? Or in the sites. And they haven't really done other things. So I'm not sure how they're going to be able to wiggle their way out in the attacking side. But I think ThirdChapter are going to be in the same dilemma as they push into the second half. But we'll just have to see. Watch this have been just kind of patient and have been challenging one after the other, which works a lot more. But look at this, the Flice Water play from Faded. And it seems like Towery not able to get the W with that Sheriff. The 4K for ThirdChapter's raised. Shifted up their strategy because they've always allowed the wall to be up in mid and just allowed it to melt itself, right? Not really shoot at it and break it. But honestly, I think a lot of teams really have to respect that you have to shoot the wall down so that people are more respecting of that mid control from the attacking side. Now, Toby's just going to have his blades out, but Sang is a bit too quick on that trigger, able to shut it down as well. There is going to be that ultimate, so he has to break it down before Ditches does spot him, but this is bad. They don't have any opportunity to get the B side, but nobody was detained, so maybe can run all the way back onto the A, leaving it into the 2 versus 2, but look at the positioning from the defenders. Ditches is going to stay onto the side, hoping that somebody backs doubles back, and Z-Monster has the mindset to do that. The smoke should be dissipating in like 2 seconds now. There he is, but Z-Monster on point, on trigger, leaving it 2 versus 1. They control the site, and the spike will get planted.
Raise. See if you can do it. Gonna come in from Haven. Dark cover? Wait, not dark cover. I'm sorry. Leer. The Leer is available from the Reyna. Fault line will actually connect. But they're not gonna push forward. They're still gonna play it safe. Keep them honest. Even throwing out the Rolling Thunder. No mercy at all. Pushing that Raise back. Breaching charge won't connect. Jumping down Z. What? Sure, it's a 7 charge ultimate, but if you're not using anything, right? Sang will actually take out Toby there. Pushing through the paranoia.
Oh, filthy shot from Sang. I mean, he just got the angle there. Z-Monster following up, and they up perfectly for the man himself. Faded left to his own devices, the only man standing for ThirdChapter. And
here that this is actually a tactical pause. Just, get your bearing back, find your footing again, just go for the mental reset. Sang still holding on to ramps here. Hasn't spotted anyone out there. We go finally get some information. Only saw one though, so they don't know it's a hard push just yet. Oh, good trade. Sang waited for that one. Very, very patient on the hold. He gets that trade. 4 and 4. Gonna get the plant.
Yeah. Sorry, you think that Sang was the one who got flashed for his teammate, but it was actually the breach of the other side, and he just timed it perfectly with the push, and nobody thought he was gonna just peek out like a madman there. But again, that's the power of the Jet, right? You're able to just peek out some teams that take your advantage. But look at this, they're coming in 1 by 1. Even if they try to go for the crossfire here, there's too many members of Watch This, leaving it only to Mineski, getting a lot more control on mid and B. I keep saying, they just allow A to be easily taken because you can always have that control on A main, but you can see on the minimap there is going to be a pincer here. Crazy Kid peeks out. The timing perfect from him. He might not know that someone's going to come from behind, but if he can get the kill on Z-Monster, that's going to be huge. But they bought it. People have rotated to the A side, and everybody else from ThirdChapter is pushing on and B. But Tauri, he knew something was fishy. He knows. Look at that. They're slowly breaking his wall, but he still has slows to spend for days, and Mineski can't even find an opening to try to peek in and control the beehive inside. Unfortunate.
Yeah, Tauri with discipline. Gonna be split up here. Showstopper has been used. Holding on to it. Rocket Q still a way off. Oh, but from behind, Tauri just rips them apart.
Mucho difficulties with trying to find any openings whatsoever, as watch this, they're playing it as safely and as value heavy as possible. Now Z Monster, he got a bit caught unawares there. He didn't time the smoke properly. He spotted 3 and he was guessing, hoping that he could get more than just the 1, and he was looking at ditches, but not going to happen at all. Sang has pushed up his way onto the A main side, and he can push a little bit further, as people will have to look through A main, but he's already sneaked his way up here. This could be big for him, Barley, as 3 members are creeping up onto... Oh, no.
Oh, they actually both went up the rappel at the same time. That was actually the best case scenario for them, because I think he could have gotten more if they just went in one by one onto that rappel.
Yeah.
So, I was hoping he would actually hold the angle behind rather than push forward, but still, he got the kill.
I would have actually also wanted that. Like, if he was just a little bit more patient, I think he could have maybe gotten 2 more kills, but we never know, because if his opponents know that Sang already got a kill there, so he might have been sneaked up already on the way to A main, so maybe Sang just wanted to make sure that he got a kill or so. Ditches will almost get the value there, but leaving Faded to his own devices, not having any utilities, and down to 30. I'm not sure how he can make this work. He sees the body, but the wide swing for Muxter, God, and that's going to be the clutch for Watch This, now finding that 1-up against ThirdChapter.
It's the first lead of the game, finally. And you know what, bet?
You know, from the previous match, and our viewers have watched the game from the previous match. Let's contrast that a little bit. Nice little shot there from Sang. He could get a second kill if he so ever decides to do so, but just to finish what I was doing, NXP Aether, or sorry, Kadaliman, they're fearless in trying to challenge every single angle here when it was Super MJ in the forefront. And look at that 6 shot from Sang. But ThirdChapter, they're playing this with more, like, with relying more to information that Watch This is in this area so we can rotate here. So I think that's where we contradict ourselves a little bit. Z Monster pushing out from A main is the perfect way to just basically put ThirdChapter in a rut, as they're looking to get this 10-8.
Crazy Kid will at least want to get some kills here. Gonna push forward into B. Doesn't have the spike though. So they're just gonna gravitate towards that spike area. You're gonna see that Lear. But still, let's see. Walking, creeping towards the mid side. You want to go for just 1 kill. Just 1 kill. And Crazy Kid is gonna be happy at least.
30 seconds
All
left.
in markets, Warley. I mean, if Crazy Kid can just like line up a sick like spray, that would be great and all. But there was too many people to try to deal that with, and Watch This breaking that 2-digit barrier already. And this is what I was talking about, guys. The curse of the attacking side on split. I mean, even though Faded and Ditches they were fantastic on the first half, the dynamic has completely changed coming into the second half.
And it's looking like another point swing as well, because there's an econ round, so it's gonna be 11-8. But yeah, Sang, you know, he's been there. He's been holding the angles pretty well. I would like to see him play aggressively here, and looking like yes, he will indeed plays aggressively there. Gets the opening frag on to Toby, who just used the Blade Storm as well.
He just caught Toby there as he was taking out his knives, you monster! Sang able to get another one, as Fright is going to be helping him out. Is somebody foolish enough to try to peek, as Sang has the corner here, able to boost himself up into the boost spot here. I don't really know what it's called.
We'll just call it the boosted spot.
Yeah, the boosted spot.
That works.
If somebody is foolish enough, there's going to be Sang and teammates who hold the cross. Now, the spike is in the hands of Crazy Kid, but the thing about that is, I mean, yeah, there's nothing really that they can do here. Maybe just a crossfire, a hope and a dream. Maybe the spray down,
The dream was
but
shattered. The dream was definitely shattered.
able to buy rifles, but not full or heavy shields. The 1-for-1 trade, that's actually pretty important, and to the favor here of ThirdChapter. I think before the wall came out, they were able to get the one pick off on top mid. So that was incredibly big. Toby's going to get spotted out here as they push out, but he should have his teammates that will be trying to help him. He dashes away, but Towery and Mexter God just way too good on the peek out as well. And this is just a death sentence. I don't think ThirdChapter are going to be able to even have any hopes at being able to clutch out this round. Maybe they can get the B site there as the ultimate was used, and Ditches is going to be using his teleport to get into the site as well. But the 4 versus 2, Swarly, is just way too many.
Way too many indeed. Killjoy actually going for the cheeky play, gonna work her way toward Haven. Bladestorm has been popped by Sang. Still has updraft available. Actually, oh! Whips! Whips! That was so close to the head though! Still 1 and 2 now. Crazy Kid did get the wraparound. Dark cover gonna be used to her advantage even. Winnable scenario. Gonna fire into the smoke. Because of that
30 seconds
silenced
left.
Phantom won't reveal her position.
So he doesn't have any of his utilities here, but the spike has yet to be planted. So it's either he finds Towery or rushes to try to get the spike planted down. But either options would have him going down this ramp, and it's not easy at all. If he drops down as well from Raptors, he will get heard. He drops down, and Towery just has the angle. Towery knew that he had to cross. He had no smoke, so having that angle will show him spawn as well as the cross. So either way, Crazy Kid had to go for a miraculous clutch there, but seeing him as 9-16 and 3, it's a far cry, especially if Towery is just on point with the 18 kills already to his name.
Definitely would not choke in that scenario, but there we go. The rifles are gonna come in thanks to that loser bonus. Only light armor though, and an operator onto Sang yet again. So the Hail Mary play from ThirdChapter to prolong this match. Wall gonna be broken down instantly. Oh, got tapped there. Oh, Z Monster, not the guy you want to lose this early on though.
Mineski, yeah, losing his, well, being able to go for that 1-for-1 was perfect, but losing the trade immediately, we'll see how that kind of goes out. Again, ThirdChapter, again, they're in no way means a bad team. They're just really having a tough time in this particular map showing off their stuff. But now that they got the initial pick, and now that Toby is free to do these aggressive forward plays by himself, it might be possible. They still have to clear Mexter God. He almost had his ultimate out there, but he didn't know. He still gets to kill Mineski because Mineski was low, but still negate the side. And this is an opportunity, a chance for ThirdChapter Esports to get a clutch and at least keep themselves afloat for a little bit longer.
Let's see if it. Most of them are gonna come in from defender spawn though. Smokes are gonna come in. Operator is there. Oh, Toby with the cheeky high angle there takes both of them out. Did they get the op? Nah, they didn't get the op.
They probably won't want to play the op in attack as well.
That's true. Unless you're feeling, you only do that if you're like feeling so confident, right?
Speaking of op though, Sang is back to his normal shenanigans again. He has a lot of kills already under his pocket with 19, 16, and 1. So ever so slowly, watch this, are creeping, and they just need one more to get that W. You know, they're not gonna go. They're going for the sicko modes. Faded throws out a nade just to make sure he can get control of this B main and force out Sang. Oh, that peak is divine.
Z Monster though, I hope he doesn't like get first blooded again, because he's been getting first blooded quite a bit recently, and that's why Watch This is kind of struggling. Let's see. Okay. Oh, they got some wall bang damage onto Sage as well.
They use their own wall to force the rope not to be in the favor of the defenders there. Smoke as well as Slow will force Towery to kind of respect them just a little bit. Toby knows that someone's in the corner. He's not going to be able to dash dart away. Towery comes out, but Mineski finds him, and this is where ThirdChapter finally find the solutions that they need to claim in any site at all in attacks, Warley.
CO pushing forward,
that's filthy.
poking with the reflexes, just punishes Sprite who wasn't looking in her direction. Reina though, Has Empress
30
available.
seconds left.
That is the best clutching mechanic in the game. Let's see if she pulls this off. There we go. Finds another one. 2 kills now. Gonna go for the Lear play. Speaking, prodding. We'll take out the turret. But the swing from Mineski, the moment they dinked onto that turret, that was a smart play. Because you hear it, right? You hear the turret getting damaged. So
Yeah.
easy decision for Mineski as they claw another one back. 10 to 12.
Z-Monster might have committed too much in trying to break down that turret because I think he hesitated a little bit with his crosshair there. He knew that they were going to peek out on the back of the pillar, so that split-second decision-making was better for Mineski than it was for Z-Monster. Still, it is very, very close. ThirdChapter, they're finding the formula they need here. And you can see, Swarly, there's a lot more difference to how ThirdChapter are approaching this. They're using their utilities more at the start, and they're not just using it, throwing it out willy-nilly. They're using it with a purpose. Like, they're using Mineski's wall to block out ropes as members try to go in onto B Heaven. This works a lot. They use Cloudburst as well as the slow orb from Mineski so that they can clear out B Heaven without getting pushed from B stairs, which works phenomenally. And Toby has been a really, really fantastic lurker in these past rounds, and it's working incredibly well for ThirdChapter, guys.
Definitely. He took out Sang a couple of times as well while Sang had that operator. Definitely feeling it now. A bit of a miscom, I guess, happening in the mid site as well earlier because that wall did break. Oh, Ditches will get away on a sliver of health here. Showstopper being used. Where is this raise? Not gonna spot out anyone just yet. Just gonna go for a blind rocket. Still finds Max. My God, beautifully done by Xfaded. And it's now a 3 on 5, 2 on 5 situation. Mineski did get that
30
trade
seconds
off.
left.
I know it's a little bit corny to say Swirly, but I just gotta say that was a beautiful fadeaway. Faded.
Definitely.
Really good for competitive use, but honestly, why is it in rank? Like,
Why
just
is
give
it
a
in
sudden
what?
death in ranked. Just give a sudden death.
Oh, you don't like overtime?
I don't know. But in any case, though, just backing off a little bit here. Z-Monster has taken Mineski down, so there's no chance of heals or slows anymore from ThirdChapter, which was, again, very vital in what they had to do. And their plans to make something happen is going to the toilet more and more here, Swarly. So it's going to be left to Toby as well as teammate to make something happen. He knows Sang's in the corner there. Don't peek him out before Toby does something. But thankfully, Sang did lose and miss the shot as he was a little bit afraid of that wide swing coming out from the members of ThirdChapter. It's a 2 versus 2, a possibility, a dream, a hope, Swarly, to push this into overtime. But
Definitely. I'm gonna hear them just yet. Omen did ultimate over onto A side here. The cheeky play will find X-Faded here. Omen gonna try to move
30
now.
seconds left.
Cool Blade Storm. He's chasing, but he's already running. That was a smart play. That was definitely a smart play from Fright. Cloudburst to create some separation here. Gonna go for the cheek. Oh, the right click. The nerf. The nerf on the right click definitely coming into play there. The Blade Storm.
Oh,
The
no.
spread was way too much. Rolling Thunder now from Haven. They're gonna push forward as well as the flash. Nice dodge, but not gonna be good enough. So watch this. Secure this one. We're not going to overtime as much as we hyped it up, unfortunately.
That is, if I might just say, that is the most bullshit way